Let me start by saying I'm a huge comic book fan. I've been playing comic book video games since I was a little kid. For better or for worse, I am always a fan of these games. They're just fun. You get to play as your favorite superhero. Some of my favorites are the fighting games, Marvel vs. Capcom 2, Marvel vs. Capcom 3, definitely one of my favorites. Incredible Hulk Ultimate Destruction. And now we have Marvel's Avengers. After getting an extensive amount of time hands-on with the beta, I can say that the game is it's fine. I can't say it's great, and I can't say it's bad. It's just sort of fine. My biggest challenge with the game was I didn't feel like I got a good sense of the combat system. There is a dodge system, there is a parry system, and I don't feel like that the player information is communicated well. Now that could be on me for not understanding the mechanics fully and just needing more time with it, but I put in about 10 hours, mainly as Black Widow. I hit the level cap of 45, which is the cap for the beta, and sorry, that's the power cap. The level cap is 15, the power cap is 45. And I did that primarily as Black Widow. She is an absolute blast to play as, but just not getting that fluid grasp of what combat should be just means that I want to play more. And honestly, I can't stop thinking about the game. There's 3 more characters that I can level: Hulk, Iron Man, and Kamala Khan, aka Miss Marvel, and I'm really excited to dive in. In addition to the combat aspects, the storytelling it's okay. It's a comic book story. We already know that we're going to be fighting MODOK, right? So it's going to be a comic book story more than like one of the movie stories, and I'm absolutely okay with that. I'm interested to see what they end up doing with the story and how they introduce new characters like Hawkeye. The whole Spider-Man exclusive thing I could do a whole video on. That's just a bummer because they're going to be limited story-wise, and it means that I'll probably at least have a PlayStation account that I'll be grinding on, and probably on PC, and maybe even on Xbox. It doesn't seem like that the game is designed to be that difficult to get into. You can just kind of hop in, play as one character, and level them up and just play online, right? So I think juggling 3 platforms, which is sort of antiquated, it goes back to like when Destiny launched, shouldn't be that hard, but I think naturally we'll all end up gravitating towards our platform of choice, especially if we have multi-platform as an option. PlayStation just has the cards stacked in their favor for this game. They have all the timed exclusives, and everything is going to hit that platform first, and they have a coveted character like Spider-Man, and that's the only character, according to Square, that they're going to do that with. So that's just like a whole topic in itself. Gameplay-wise, it wasn't super smooth. I played on performance mode the whole time before switching it to 4K. I found the 4K experience to be a much more leveled experience. So basically, it seemed to run smoother. But in performance mode, before the action got really frenetic, it was fine. It was just fine. I wish I could show you more footage. The embargo is Friday at 4 a.m. I'm publishing this Thursday. So all I have available is trailers and assets they provided, which I don't feel are indicative of the actual experience. Does the game look good? Yes. Does it look good as their marketing materials? Absolutely not. There is slowdown, and the combat stuff, especially on the hardest difficulty, which I wanted to mess around with a bit just to see what it was like, really shows that problem of needing to be perfect with combat controls, which I need more time to really nail down and figure out. So I actually don't want to hold that against the game. I want to assume that is on me and that I need to figure it out. But you got to remember, they're programming for multiple characters. So they need to have a few set piece moves, which they do, and that's great. But yeah, here's the crazy thing. Even with all of my criticisms, I'm going to play the hell out of Marvel's Avengers. It's a looter shooter, just like Destiny. And, I even like Anthem, all of its warts and all. I got to a max level character, and that same hook is there with Marvel's Avengers. Do I think it's going to be a 1,000-hour game? Probably not. More like a 100-hour game to get your characters leveled. We'll see if there's any gating that requires you to do grindy stuff. I did run into that in the beta with materials. There are these missions where you can grind for materials, but it's randomized, which is a little annoying. The gear system it's fine. It's not that in-depth. Basically, you get green, blue, or purple gear. I'm sure there's a higher tier in the full game. That's all I was able to get. and it drops at a level, but you can power it up to be more powerful. Green, you can power up 3 levels. Blue, you can power up 5 levels. And purple, you can power up 10 levels. And what happens is you can unlock perks on that gear as you go. One thing I want to touch on are the cosmetics. Basically, these are just skins that you can unlock by playing or paying for them. There's some interesting skins, obviously, for Hulk we've seen and such. But it's a bummer that the gear doesn't have any sort of cosmetic value. So it's literally just skins. And they have like a battle pass type system where you can rank up and unlock skins, unlock cards for your character. So like small customizations like that. But a lot of it is just sort of okay. There was one skin in particular I really, really like for Black Widow. So I just went ahead and used that with the free currency that they give you. Yeah, and a lot of the skins can be earned through in-game activities versus purchasing them. If that's their business model, it seems like it's going to be okay, but let's take a wait and see approach before we go praising them for their practices with cosmetics. One additional small mission structure thing that I found really annoying was that there were these stain in the circle missions where the enemies just wouldn't come in the circle, so you're only using your ranged attack. That was annoying. Just like, if you're going to make me stand in a circle, at least make them come close enough so that I can counter their attacks. That would be nice. All in all, though, it's cool. The storytelling was actually fairly interesting. You know, Hulk's trying to stop Gamma from getting out into the wild. The Avengers are building the band back up, sort of getting back together. There's going to be a little bit of drama there because they're blaming each other for the death of Captain America. And we already know from the War Table events that apparently Captain America was locked in there by AIM. So there's a controversy there that they'll probably rally behind and then come to their full team structure. But this is a comic book story. This isn't the movies. This isn't anything. And even if this game comes out and it's like a 6 across the board, like everybody agrees this is a 6, this game is going to sell like crazy. It's a superhero game. And if you look outside of like the gaming sphere that we're all in, right? If you look outside of that, everybody just sees Avengers and they're going to play it. And they're probably going to have a good time. I have no doubt that this is going to be a game that lasts many years. We'll see if it's on discount in a year. But I do think this is going to have a long tail and definitely be supported by Square Enix and Crystal Dynamics. And I know I'm going to be playing it because I love superhero games. So it has an interesting enough combat system that I want to play as all the characters. It has the grinding mechanics that I like in Destiny, where you have to power everybody up, and it tells a halfway decent story. So yeah, I'm going to play it and I'm going to try it out. Let me know what you guys think about the beta once you get access on Friday, and I hope you enjoyed this video. I just wanted to kind of do a stream of consciousness rant or ramble or whatever you want to call it, and tell you what I thought about Marvel's Avengers. I'm excited to play more all through August. It's going to start on PlayStation, then it's going to open up to pre-orders for Xbox and PC, meaning we're going to get to play on all platforms and try it out and see the strengths and weaknesses of all of the current gen platforms. That's great. Anyway, let me know what you guys think when you get access this weekend. Those are my thoughts. Let me know what you think. This is Destin, signing off.